Our first power couple, they're out in the field. Nina was a Hall of Fame producer last year. Hayden will be a Hall of Fame producer this year. And their agency finished over $750,000 for the month of April. So please welcome to the stage Nina Damjanovic and Hayden Hill.
What's up, AZ? How fired up are we? Let's go!
We love America, by the way. Thank you, Bobby.
So, my bonus last year from America was over 20 grand. So, do everything in your power to write as much America as possible. So our topic today is how to make 100 grand a month as a couple. And this actually blows my mind because 2 years ago, we were with another company. We were making like 38.8% comp. And I called Hayden one day and I go, hey babe, I think I'm gonna have to move out. We live together. And he's like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm moving back in with my parents because I'm like making no money right now.
I thought it was me, but it was the comp.
So now we're FFL, best business ever, right? And honestly, anyone can do it. And that's the biggest thing we're gonna teach you today is that as long as you have the right mindset and you have the right activity and you're going all in each and every single day, there's absolutely no way to fail.
Yeah, so when we're talking about a number this big, obviously it's something incredible, super high achievement that most people, including ourselves, don't really think is possible in a single month. But at FFL, obviously, there's people doing it left and right. So today you guys are going to hear, and you guys have already heard some great speakers talk about hiring and training and running business at a high level. But the two things you have to make sure are done before any of that stuff matters, because there's a lot of stuff about underwriting and leads and selling and hiring and training and all this kind of stuff, and it's simple once you get everything down. But if you don't have the right attitude and the work ethic, you can forget about it. So if you're thinking, I'm gonna make 100 grand a month on 10 appointments a week or on 15 instant internet life leads,
it's not gonna
happen. So getting your mindset and your attitude and that work ethic, that has to happen first.
I think the biggest thing everyone should realize in here is that FFL isn't like a 15, 20, 30, 40-year thing where you're waiting to get a raise, where you're waiting to get this promotion. Like, if you literally go all in every single day for 2 to 5 years, you're gonna be set for the rest of your life. So Hayden and I, we're doing this business together. We honestly had to sit down and have just a true, real conversation with each other. And our biggest thing was, okay, like, we go on vacations, like we used to, 2 to 3 times a year. And we're like, okay, we're gonna give those up. We're gonna give up some time with our family. We're gonna miss some birthday parties. There's certain things that we aren't gonna be there for, but we know what we have to do in order to get to where we want to get. So
it just comes down to focusing on two activities daily, every second of the day, all in, and selling and hiring. So the first one is selling at a high level. So when you're getting started, people talked about it, not waiting, to see the next guy do it, or wait to see if you can hire a team. But right from the get-go, making sure that you're selling at a high level. So obviously realizing the most money you're going to make, at least when you're starting out, the biggest override is going to be on yourself. And so you have to master selling. So for us, 40K a month minimum each, not disputable. It's not going to be 10K a month, not 20K.
Does anyone in here not know what Hall of Fame is with FFL? So Hall of Fame here is 400,000 issue paid in a year. So we both have that goal. I was able to accomplish that last year. Now it's Hayden's turn and my turn again. But 40K is the bare minimum. And when you look at 400,000 as a big number, it seems huge, right? But when you break it down in 2 months, 33,000 a month doesn't seem so big now. And then you break it down into weeks, and then you break it down into days where it's only like $1,700 a day, right? So that's the bare minimum for us, is 40 grand a month. And how do we do that?
So you have to schedule it out before it happens. So if you wake up on Monday morning, ready for dial day, and you have no leads, you look at CRM and you're hoping there's a bunch of leads in there, you're kind of already behind the 8 ball. You need to be prepared. So basically what we do is every single month, we schedule out the whole month. On my calendar I have what states I'm going to be in, when we work, what days are my dial days, whatever it may be. And so make sure you're scheduled out. And if that means, it just comes down to how bad you want it. If that means you have to travel, you have to travel. Last month was my best income month of my entire life. I slept in my own bed for 4 nights of the month. It is what it is. It's a short-term thing. so I can sleep, where I want in my own bed for the rest of my life, essentially. So making sure you're scheduled. So schedule where you want to go. We like to do travel trips every single month.
Yeah, we pretty much do 2 to 3 travel trips a month, and our method is just going where the leads are. So if you look at the CRM heat map right now, and you see 500 instant internet leads in Chicago, why are you still here? Why are you not in Chicago, right? So we're literally pick up and go kind of people, and we have this massive calendar on our wall, and we have like New Mexico, Hawaii, Philadelphia, Ohio. We have everything mapped out because we know what we need to do.
Yeah, so look in the CRM for leads and basically figure out based on that where you want to go. We like to pick out 3 or 4 places, 3 or 4 states in the country that have a lot of leads and that always have a lot of leads. And the reason why is because then we kind of build a database. And so looking at it as a two-sided thing for us, we can keep on going back there and we can keep on growing our lead flow. And so maybe the first time we have 200 leads, but after 3, 4, 5 trips, maybe we have 1,000 leads or 1,500 leads. And then what that's going to allow you to do as you build your business and you can basically get out of the field and grow the business more is now you have a database for your agents to go on travel trips and give those leads and have them write business off of those. So make sure you schedule. Besides that, make sure you're an expert in the home. And so when we're talking about these kind of income numbers, you need to, 1, be able to sell, and 2, be able to hire and train your team. And so being an expert in the home, that means you're prepared. That means you're making, the most out of it every single time. And so if you go in there and you kind of, just like Sean was talking about, you don't know what's going on, you don't know how to really close, you don't know how to underwrite, you don't know how to pivot if someone gets declined with one carrier, you're going to be in trouble. So make sure you're an expert with your in-home presentation, make sure you're an expert with your underwriting, make sure, you're an expert when it comes down to, just having the most activity you can, so you can sell $40,000 a month, and it just doesn't happen. This stuff doesn't happen by accident.
The next thing we're going to hit on is hiring. Honestly, my first 7 months, I didn't make hiring a priority, and I wish I did from the very start. So exactly what Marissa said, hire from day 1, because it will pay off. So I honestly made a commitment to myself, just like being in the field and just like making the commitment to go Hall of Fame, I made it a commitment to hire and build an agency. And how I did that was I committed to, making and maximizing my money-making activities. So what that is, if I'm in the field and I'm getting a no-show, or if I'm in the field and I don't sell anyone and now I have an hour gap to my next appointment, I'm using that time to hire. So what I'm using is, reaching out to people on social media. So there's so many free ways to hire, you guys. Like, we are pretty good at social media, right? And we're just consistent with it. And I use 3 main platforms, and that's going to be Instagram, that's Facebook, and that's LinkedIn. And just getting in front of people and consistently posting.
So the way we like to look at hiring is kind of like selling. When you're selling, you have to buy leads. You have to call the leads, you have to go to their house, you have to meet with them, you have to go through everything, do the application, all that kind of stuff. With hiring, it's the same thing. And so if you're not posting on your social media, Caitlin did a great job of explaining, way more than, things that we know, and we're going to implement that stuff. But you talk about everything. And so when you're waking up in the morning, we make sure that we are posting on LinkedIn, social, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything like that, because everything they're putting out, it's kind of a 2-way system with hiring. It's inbound leads and outbound leads. So basically the people that I know and that I'm reaching out to, that's me reaching out to them, that's the outbound stuff. But the inbound stuff, which is actually where most of the magic happens for our agency, is people that we don't even know reaching out to us. How are they reaching out to us? Well, they know that we're insurance brokers.
Everyone should know that you're an insurance broker.
They know that we're having success helping clients. They know that people on our team are having success. They know that we're traveling and being able to have success, and then, whatever it may be. And so making sure that you're out there on this platform so people reach out to you, because who doesn't want to work at FFL? Who doesn't want to make, 30, 40, 50 grand a month? Everyone does, and trust me, most people out there that aren't here, they're not making that kind of money. And so just making sure that you're treating it just like selling, having leads out there and buying leads. If that means, paying someone to do a couple videos or photo shoots or, putting ads on Indeed or whatever it may be, that's your investment. You're buying the leads, you're buying the, eyeballs. So then in turn, they can reach out to you, you can hire them and continue to build your business.
And again, it's just being consistent with content. And if you're brand new and you don't have your own story to share yet, there's content everywhere. Caitlin, she was up here earlier, she does a great job at creating images, creating posts, and they're all over the Facebook group. So if you don't have a story yet, share other people's, because they're gonna relate to someone. So we're super good at oversharing. Like, we don't care if we annoy someone, we don't care if someone blocks us or whatever it is. Like, we just overshare success, because people don't follow people that are negative. People follow people that have success and share positivity, right? And that's the way we just look at it. And it's honestly posting every single day. We make it a goal to post 100 posts throughout all our social media platforms a day.
Cool. So it's a two muscle system, or two-tier system. It's the hiring muscle and the training muscle. So make sure you're focusing on both those to build your business, as well as obviously when you're selling to build income to fund your business. So I would just encourage you guys today to get really intentional about it. Just like Nina said, this is a 2 to 5 year deal. This isn't a 4-year career while you kind of, just test the waters and see how it is if you're here for 10, 15, 20 years or you're not. At the integrity level, there's a disconnect, something went wrong. So really give it your all right now. Get intentional, focus on the 2 things that matter, which are selling and hiring. And
who's gonna go all in? Let's go.
All right, who's really gonna go all in?
Yeah!
All right, that's all we got. Thank you.